If God is for us, then who the is against us? Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top. Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot. Buy back your block, real estate and stocks. Stack what you got, hold down your spot. Strike while you hot and think the man up top.
Conspiracy or not, strategize and plot.
Welcome to the Wealth Mindset with JD Garnier. Listen, I hope you're having a productive week in your wealth creation journey. And as always, my goal is simple: to help you walk in wealth, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. To take the things that God has already given you and use those to create a life of purpose, so that wealth is more than just what you acquire. Wealth is who you become. You are the wealth. It's not your investments. It's not your real estate. It's not your business. It's you. And before you have any of those things, you have a unique and specific set of talents, abilities, gifts, ideas, habits, disciplines, and inclinations that form the basis of everything that you do in this world. And once you tap into that, you build wealth in your life. So again, you are the wealth. Listen, first things first, please follow, like, subscribe, and share my content on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter at JD Garnier or Garnier JD. Listen, it's only 4 ways to get what you want. You can beg, you can ask, you can demand, or you can take. Now, whichever one of those you use is really based on your power in the situation. See, if you have to beg for something, you don't have any power. If you have to ask for it, you may have power over yourself, but you don't have power over the situation or the other party. When you demand it, you have power over yourself and the situation, but not the other person. But when you can take what you want, you have power over everything. My question for you today is, why are you asking for permission? Why are you begging for respect? Why are you asking for equality? Why are you in a position where you are begging somebody else for opportunity? It's because you don't have any power. It's only 2 kinds of power. There's personal power and there's positional power. Personal power is the power over yourself, your actions, your decisions, and everything that you directly influence. Positional power is your power and influence within society, within culture, within your family, and within your community. Your impact, your influence. Personal power has to precede positional power. Because if you have positional power and no personal power, you can be influenced, you can be controlled, you can be manipulated, you can be taken advantage of. When people have roles of positional power in society and they don't have any control over themselves, they don't have any control over their desires, they don't have any control over their cravings, they can be controlled and they can be manipulated. And so when you're trying to pursue goals in life, when you are trying to achieve or accomplish your purpose, you have to prioritize the power that you have over yourself. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. It all starts in your mind. You have to take control over yourself. You see, your mind and your soul are two different things. Your mind has a mind of its own. You ever just be daydreaming and you think of some stuff and you're like, man, why am I even thinking about this? Why is this even on my mind? Sometimes your mind thinks negative thoughts and you can't stop thinking about it. Your mind and your soul are two different things. And so the first thing you have to do is take control and dominion over your mind. That starts with your habits. What time you wake up in the morning? What do you consume? What do you read? Who do you surround yourself with? What information are you taking in? What environment are you putting yourself in? All of those things dictate who you are. They dictate your mind. And so the first thing you have to do is create a set of habits that dictate and control your thinking. Because that's going to control the influence that you have over your mind. If you always thinking negative thoughts, you are surrounding yourself in a pool of negativity that reinforces that. You got to change your environment. If you're not happy with certain things, you have to change the way that you think about them. Then you have to change your environment around those things. Your habits are what create the foundation of your personal power. You have to create habits that give you power and dominion over your mind. You know, I always say, what's more powerful? Doing what you want to do or denying yourself from the thing that you want to do? See, this is a free country. You can do what you want to do. You can smoke as much as you want. You can drink as much as you want. You can eat as much as you want. You can have as much sex as you want to have. But is the power in doing what it is that you want to do? Or is the power in denying yourself from doing it? Because see, when you're eating whatever you want, you're doing what you want to do, but that food is in control. When you're going out, popping bottles and taking shots, you are doing what you want to do, but that alcohol is in control. When you out with a different woman every night, when you out with a different man every night, listen, you're doing what you want to do, but that lust is in control. And so again, is the power in doing what you want to do, or is it denying yourself from the desire to do it? And so if you really want to create a foundation for power, you have to deny the things that you desire. You have to deny yourself the things that you really want so that those things cannot control you. It starts in the mind. A lot of people don't know this, but for the past 3.5 years, I fasted. I do a 36-hour fast every week. I don't eat on Mondays. My last meal of the week is Sunday night, and I don't eat again until Tuesday at lunchtime. So I go the entire day on Monday without eating anything. All I do is drink water and coffee. And when I first started doing it, I really did it just to kind of, you know, clean my system out. I was trying something different. I really wanted to just do a 24-hour fast, and just always look for ways to kind of, improve my health. And I'm definitely into natural remedies to do so. And so I understand fasting from that perspective. But when I did it, it's a few things that happened. Physically, when I went to bed Monday night and I had not eaten the entire day, I had the best sleep I had had in years. When I went to sleep that night, I felt my body regenerating itself. I had not eaten for an entire day. I felt my body replenishing itself. I felt my body restoring itself. I felt it breathing because I had not consumed anything for 24 hours. And I slept that whole night. And when I woke up in the morning, I just felt pure. I felt light. I felt clean. But what it also did for me was it helped me understand that if I can deny myself the most basic desire of all, which is consumption, which is food, then it would be very difficult for anything else to have control and dominion over my mind. It would be hard for me to be controlled by anything. And so I felt benefits of it physically and spiritually. And now that I've kept it up for so long, it's also created a discipline and a routine around everything else that I eat. And so I'm saying that to say, when you deny yourself the things that you desire, you take back control of who you are because those things cannot control you. And it allows you and it gives you a power over yourself and your decisions um, that you wouldn't have if you couldn't deny yourself the basic things that you crave. And so when you're trying to build personal power, which you have to have in life, personal power has to precede positional power. Because when you have positional power in this world and you don't have power over yourself, you're going to be controlled. You're going to be manipulated. You're going to be taken advantage of. And so personal power is paramount. It starts with your mind. You also need personal power over your body, your physicality. You only get one body in this world. You only get one opportunity. And I can say this now as a man in his 40s. I've been working out for over 25 years. I have been consistently working out, lifting weights, doing all kinds of physical activity for 25 years. And the results are I'm as healthy as I've ever been. I'm as strong as I've ever been. I'm able to do all of the things that I want to do in this world because physically I don't have any hindrances. And so your physical power is just as important is because it gives you the strength that you need to exert your purpose. It gives you the confidence that you need to exert yourself in this world and society. And so physical power is also extremely important in your pursuit to your purpose. But lastly, emotional power. You need emotional power because life is unpredictable. Every single day, I'm solving problems I didn't create. Every single day, I'm putting out fires that somebody else started. Every single day, I'm putting in a position where I can let this ruin my day or I can look at it as an opportunity. And if I didn't have control over my emotions, it would destroy me. I've seen emotions destroy a lot of people. I've seen emotional immaturity and the ability to control people's emotions destroy their lives. And so it is a requirement for personal power that you have control over your emotions because you cannot control the unpredictabilities and the uncertainties of life. And if you are reacting as those things happen, you're going to get lost in the sauce. Instead, you have to have a temperament that is even and able to handle the unpredictabilities of life so that you can continue to move forward, whether it's the best day of your life or it's the worst day of your life. The goal is to have power, first over yourself, and then lastly, your impact and influence on society and on your family. But you can't do that properly if you don't have control over yourself. And if you don't have control over yourself, you are in a position where you have to beg or you have to ask. And if you have to do that, you can't fulfill your purpose, because your purpose is God's original instruction in your life. And it is upon you to demand and to take what is yours. That starts with your mindset. Wealth mindset, JD Garnier. Always remember, change begins from within.